Hey everybody, Ash here with Gents. Thanks for joining me today. I like what you've done with your hair, unless you're bald, but you know, that looks good on you too. Looks nice. Today, we're gonna be doing kind of a This Week in Fragrance video. So I'm gonna be talking about some upcoming releases, some things that have been recently announced, and some stuff that is maybe not super recent in terms of the announcement. You know, some of these were announced a month ago, but I'm trying to get caught back up into everything with This Week in Fragrance, and there's some releases that I do want to talk about that have been announced for a little bit of time. So yeah, some of you out there are going to be aware of all of these, and it's good for you. Way to keep up on everything. But for everybody else out there who is maybe not aware of these, who doesn't keep up to date with everything that's announced, maybe some of these fragrances will be interesting to you, because there are some big releases here, at least in my opinion. So let's go ahead and jump into this semi-week in fragrance. And just going back over the releases that have been announced over the past maybe 3-4 months, it doesn't look like as many have been announced as were announced in the beginning of the year. Those first 3-4 months of the year seemed like there was a huge release being announced every like 4 or 5 days sometimes. But it looks like it's slowed down a little bit over the past few months. Still though, a lot of big releases here. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. First off, a new AMOUAGE fragrance for men. It is Overture. A note from the house. A magnificent portrayal of a gentleman's mystique, the fragrance evokes stories of elegance, grandeur, and emotion, often celebrated in operatic performances. Savor a new fragrance for man. Overture opens with rich cognac, evoking a sense of majestic sophistication. Overture Man reveals a sensation of mystery through myrrh and the heart notes, and is anchored by seductive sandalwood in its base. This week, fragrance is for those who exude a sense of grace, dignity, and creativity. So yeah, the 3 notes that are listed so far is a cognac note in the top, myrrh in the heart, and sandalwood in the base. Right now, this is exclusively available in store and at Harrods.com as a 100ml eau de parfum. AMOUAGE has really been cranking out a lot of fragrances lately. Some people are happy about that, other people not so happy. They think that it's kind of cheapening the house a little bit. I will say though, to me, the top, heart, and base notes, I mean, they really, you know, have only listed 3, but it looks good to me. Next up is a new ICI Miyake. It is ICI Miyake Low DC Wood in Wood. Wood in Wood. According to the house, this masculine fragrance begins with fresh and spicy notes of grapefruit, cardamom, and elemi resin. The heart of the composition is enriched with fruity apricot nuances, and the base continues the woody theme of the scent with patchouli and vetiver from Haiti. ICI Miyake is another brand that has been pumping out just flanker after flanker after flanker. Of course, they have their summer releases that come out every year. Now you've got the Low DC Major, those fragrances that have been coming out, and then they've got a few more kind of premium flankers, if you want to call them that, like Orange and the Low DC Amber release that was getting a lot of hype that popped up at TJ Maxx's around the US. So they've been really pumping them out. They've been coming out really quickly, all these ICI Miyakes. So the full note breakdown here is a top of grapefruit, cardamom, and elemi, a heart of ambroxan, apricot, cedar, and sandalwood, and then a base of vetiver, patchouli, and wooden notes. It's going to be available in a 50 and 90ml eau de parfum intense concentration, and this one I'm going to have to get my nose on and check out. I do like very woody masculine scents, so I'm not going to write this one off. I do question, you know, how many they've had coming out, but to be fair, a decent amount of these ICI Miyake fragrances that have been coming out have been pretty solid. So next up, a Bulgari release, another flanker, Bulgari Man Oud Neroli. And this is a flanker to a flanker because there was the original Bulgari Man, and then there was Bulgari Man Wood Essence, and now this is Wood Neroli, so flanker of a flanker. And this is another Alberto Marias release. He's been pumping them out. He has so many releases over the past few years. It's just like one after another after another. This one is a citrus, woody, floral, masculine fragrance orchestrated by the nature and sun of the Mediterranean. centered around notes of neroli with a fresh citrus opening of green bergamot and a woody musky base of cedar and cypriol. So top of bergamot and neroli, mid of orange blossom, Virginia cedar and cypriol, base of white musk, ambergris, amber, and leather. According to the brand, Bulgari Man Wood Essence was a very successful release. It got kind of mixed reviews. Some people really liked it. Other people thought that it was kind of boring and didn't really work out for them. I've actually been sitting on a review of that fragrance for a number of months. So I know that it's not really in demand at this point, a Bulgari Wood Essence review, but I'm gonna get that out probably in the next couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, we'll see. But yeah, I've had that review ready to go and just haven't gotten it done. So maybe now is the time. As far as this one goes, I really like neroli. I like, again, wood-centric fragrances as long as they're done right. So I'll be interested to check this one out. I will probably be going in with kind of low expectations. So I'll be pleased if it's at least decent. And I have to admit, I do really like that coloration with that bottle design. It's just your standard Bulgari Man bottle, but I like the way it looks, the color scheme that they have going on there. It's appealing to me. Next up, Herrera Bad Boy. Yeah. When Herrera Good Girl came out, sorry, I've got a lot of fragrances sitting here for my 10 niche spring list. The 10 niche fragrances that I actually wore. I've been shooting that, so excuse any clatter that you might hear. But when Good Girl came out, I know a lot of people really crapped on that bottle design, said it was cheesy, gimmicky, whatever. But that fragrance has gone on to sell really, really well. It's one of the most popular women's scents out there right now. And so now they're coming out with the men's version, which is Bad Boy. And the bottle design on this one, you know, it reminds me of Black Adam and Shazam. So kind of like a superhero lightning bolt thing going on, or the Flash. Anyway, all that aside, the house says Bad Boy embodies the duality of man and a bold symbol of new masculinity. Strong but sensitive, heroic yet vulnerable. The bad boy is confident in who he is, embracing all sides of his contrasting personalities. Bad Boy Eau de Toilette captures the multiple facets of contemporary manhood in an explosive yet sophisticated modern scent. So that's what they have to say about it. This one arrives in a very attractive sculptural bottle. Sure. With a composition of green bergamot, sage, pepper, tonka bean, cacao, cedar, and amberwood. The result is an artisanal masculine scent with striking gourmand edge. So that one, I would be lying if I said I'm not interested in it. I'm definitely interested to check that one out. As much as the bottle does look a little cheesy, it does make me want to try it more. So I mean, they are succeeding with that. Next up, let's talk about Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau. So Jean-Paul Gaultier also has a fragrance called Le Beau Mall, which is an older fragrance. I own a bottle of that one. This one is just Le Beau. And I've got to say, the absolute best thing about this release, my favorite part, is that they put a leaf over the junk of the torso on the bottle. As a running gag on my channel for a while, anytime I would mention Ultra Mall or Le Mall or anything like that, and I would put a picture of the bottle up, I would blur out, you know, the part where his manhood would be. And now Jean-Paul Gaultier has done it for me. They've just thrown a leaf right over his junk. And just, you know, doing away with the whole leaf and all of that stuff, it does look nice. The bottle looks really sleek. This one only has 3 notes listed right now: bergamot, coconut wood, and tonka bean. Really interested to check this one out. And I believe that you can already get your hands on this in Europe. I'm not sure about in the US, but this is one, probably this one and Bad Boy are the 2 that I'm most interested in, other than the AMOUAGE. And those are probably the 2 from here that I'll try to get my hands on first. All right, last one on the list for this video, Moschino Toy Boy. The new masculine scent from Moschino Fashion House came out in July 2019. Toy Boy, the first fragrance for men designed by creative director Jeremy Scott, follows the toy line, launched by the first unisex edition in 2014 and followed by Toy 2 for women from 2018. This line interprets fragrances and fashion through a humorous and ironic prism. Toy Boy is designed for unique, dynamic, passionate men who are not afraid to discover their gentle and playful side. Toy Boy is the new exclusive fragrance by Moschino that reinterprets elegance with a touch of irony. They really like to throw that out there like, hey guys, we're ironic. If you don't get it, it's just because you don't understand irony. Moschino here, us, the plebs, down here. It speaks to a unique, dynamic, enthusiastic, and passionate man, but one who is not afraid to reveal his more tender and playful side. Toy Boy is an exciting play of endless codes, seeking out reevaluation and liberation. This one has top notes of Italian bergamot, green pear, elemi, pink pepper, and Indonesian nutmeg, a mid of magnolia, rose absolute, clove bud, and flex flower, and a base of Haitian vetiver, cashmere and sandalwood, amber max, and silkolide, which is a musk. And Toy Boy is where we're gonna leave it for this week. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I know a lot of these have been announced for like a month at this point, but there are a lot of viewers out there who are probably unaware that these were coming out, and so for them, hopefully this has been useful. Let me know in the comments section which of these fragrances you're most interested in checking out or picking up or blind buying, whatever. Also, let me know which of these new releases you think is going to bomb the hardest. Which one of these is going to just completely flop? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate all your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Thanks.